I'm Steve Gabriel from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is just something out of my dreams. So, got some floating airships, got a nice valley in there. I like to play with the altitude variations inside there so it's more vertical and pack as much information as we can in there, or as many little events and vignettes. So it's just really fantasy to take a look at and have some eye candy.
Okay, yeah. I love how you built the buildings into the mountains there. That's very neat.
Yeah, thanks. And it's just in its infancy. It's going to continue to grow. You stop by Brickworld next year, it'll be even larger.
Okay. And then, so what's your favorite part of it?
My favorite part would probably be the valley walls. The buildings in there, it's really starting to look more townish and more, a little more character in there. There's nice randomization, a lot of changes inside of there. It really draws the eye in.
Yeah, and the flying ship, I really like. What are those lights on the bottom there from?
That's called electroluminescent wire. It's about $6 from Amazon.com for a 10-foot strand. Runs on 2 AA batteries. It'll last a couple of days.
Okay. That's neat. I've never seen that before. So then, how'd you come? You just kind of came up with the ideas, the sails, as you built the ship there, or?
I had it all before I started building on it. So I knew what I was going to go after, and it was just taking the time to put together. Believe it or not, that's about a 6-hour build, including putting the rods and everything on there. Not that long.
Okay.
But I build a lot of pirate ships too, so it's...
Okay, yeah, that's a great build there. I really like that. How long did it take you to put together the whole thing?
About 60 hours total for the whole valley. So not bad at all, really, considering what I had to do and the parts I had. And yesterday we set up in about 11 hours. But that's everything, the whole valley, the flying things, the yard, everything. So not a bad setup time at all.
My name is Kevin Kohler. I'm from West Chicago. This is my basic layout right here. It's Brickwater Canyon State Park. It's a little campground with a little town.
And you want to point out some of your favorite buildings and some of your favorite parts of it?
Sure. I have a little culvers up there in the town. Main cabin here for a visitor center. There's a river with some boaters, camping trailers, a pool. I did this over about 6 months before Brickworld this year. There's probably between 20 and 30,000 pieces.
Now, what is that building right there? Is that any specific building?
It's kind of a movie theater of my own design. It's kind of unfinished right now. It's a work in progress.
I like how you use the bricks on there. That gives it great facing.
Everybody loves that piece.
Yeah, that piece is just like...
Yeah, it's being used on everything right now. It's so new.
I'm Alan Carley. I'm from the Chicago area, and this is my bathroom/space station. And it started when one of the websites from Brooks of Athens had a smuggler ship contest. And I thought, well, what do you smuggle? And then where do you smuggle it? So thus the giant space toilet was born, and is now expanded into the giant space bathroom. And I get a lot of comments from little kids, and that makes the whole thing worthwhile because they come running over and they're like, toilet, toilet, toilet. And then I get to say that story, and the parents go, oh yeah, we know what you're talking about. And this year I've added the Angry Birds Star Wars thing, which is also getting a lot of attention. So this year we've got the Disney characters with their hostile takeover of Lucasfilm up here on the sink with the working spigots. We've got the Commodore, so named because he drives the commode, with his plunger scepter. And of course, my favorite is always alligators coming from the sewers, because all sewers have alligators. And if you didn't know that already, safety tip for you.
What's coming out from underneath the sink there?
It's actually something that was coming out of my actual sink at home, so I just made a Lego representation of it. You see, that's when he's angry, and then when you launch birds at him, the piggies get worried. Available for download for $2.99.
My name's Chris Rozak. I'm from Naperville, Illinois. My favorite details would be the strings, because they're actual guitar strings. This one is actual bass strings. The little knobs here and there work. They're unglued, but they're fully wearable. So I can pick these up and put them down. They're strong enough to where, you can support them and hold them by the neck. Perfectly fine.
That's very cool. I like how you use the real strings there.
Yeah.
So out of these two, which one is your favorite?
Probably the blue Rickenbacker. It's a left-handed bass. I'm a lefty, so it's the blue one.
Okay.
That is from a 72 Rickenbacker 4001 bass, and this is a Gibson Flying V.
Cool. And then this is your Japanese town as well?
It's my Japanese-styled city town. I consider myself an anime fan. I tried doing one building with a Japanese-style architecture, and it worked well, and I just kept going with it. And it's expanded to what you see right here. I'm also a big car fan. I take a lot of pride and detail in some of the cars I build. I do a lot of 5-wide cars, which is really tough to do. Probably my favorite car and building out of my layout would be this red one right here. It's from an anime series called Initial D. The car, the white and black car, is the Toyota AE86 from the series. And then the car in front of it is from the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift film. Another favorite car I built is the 5-wide Porsche 964 right here. It's based off a real car made by a tuner called Rao Velt in Japan. The yellow car that's over there is another Rao Velt car, and then I have other drift cars, street racers, and the 155 Chevy from American Graffiti's cruising through Japan right there. And then a whole bunch of other kind of Japanese-inspired buildings. A couple houses here. I got the Uno's gas station. The orange roof building is from an anime series called Hidamari Sketch, another popular series in Japan. I just had to build a building.
Yeah, that's an interesting build with the orange roof and all the different colored doors there.
I did it exactly how I saw it in the series. I watched almost every episode of the series just to get everything down to the colors of the doors, the colors of the roof, the hand railings, and even the little electrical boxes in front of the doors. And then I got the Brick Arms store. That's always popular.
Yeah, that Brick Arms store is cool. You've got the Brick Arms inside there, kind of displayed.
I've been working on this particular stuff for about 2 years, the whole Japanese theme stuff. It started out with the one dark gray roof building here, and it's expanded since then. I have an Adidas store, a Lego store.
Yeah, I like your Lego store, the kind of the three-story Lego store there. That's really
Thank you. Well, Lego people need somewhere to buy Lego too, so had to do it. I had to do it.
My name is Jamie LeBlanc, president of the club, and I'm from a little town called Virgil, Illinois, out by Sycamore, DeKalb. The event started in 2002. Basically, Cantini had December is technically dead for Cantini, and they were looking for something to kind of bring in some people. And I don't know, the member of the club that had kind of been a go-between is no longer with us, but somehow it was 2002. It was us, a Cub Scout group, and another Lionel club. I think we brought in 700 people for the weekend, and Cantini was ecstatic. Fast forward a decade, last year was our 10th anniversary. We did 11,000 people, and now we have the whole building and are bringing in all sorts of Lego vendors. So, yeah, kind of fun how it went from this little thing to, oh my God, I had somebody, I think it was the 4th year, they're like, you guys are our tradition, our holiday tradition. This is how we start Christmas with them. I'm like, oh, I'm a tradition.
That's some great growth there in the 10 years like that.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah. So, yeah, it's insane. Now we do an after-hours thing, too. Tonight, it's a ticket only, about 250, 300 people. If they don't like all the crowds, they can buy the ticket and come in, and it's more of an exclusive. Talk to us one-on-one. If somebody has like a wheelchair or something, they can come and do it then. But it's crazy. So
yeah, that's great. So you want to tell us about how the Northern Illinois Lego Train Club got started?
It was, as I said, it was about 2001, 2002. There's a model train show up in. It's at the I can't remember what it is. It's a college, not COD. It's a college up north. Let's put it that way. So my brain's fried by this point. And basically, one of our members had a very little small Lego train display called the Royal Train. And there was other members. There was about 3 or 4 other members that came and were going through the train club. And they're like, "Oh, that's really cool. We should get together and do something, a little more bigger than this little thing." So 5 of them got together and they did their first NILTC show. And just to give you an idea, it was probably like 15 feet by 20 feet display, and one side they didn't have enough track, so it was all curved track. So the train would go around and then do like this all the way down and then go around again. It was kind of crazy. And it just kind of started growing from there. We did I think it was 2003 or 4, we did our first library show out in Geneva, Illinois. And now we're on the scope of the libraries. We have, I think, a waiting list of 15 to 20 libraries. I mean, we're already booked out until 2016. And we still have, every show we do, we usually get 2 or 3 inquiries like, hey, we'd really like you to come next summer. I'm like, how's a decade from now? So, you know. But we only do about 6 shows a year, so we don't burn anybody out. And we all have families and stuff like that, so.
Sure. Well, that's awesome. So how many members are there now?
There are now 21 members of the Northern Illinois Lego Train Club. So we just added our 21st member back in October. So it's fun.